Hey everyone, it is September the 12th. It's great to be with you on Read Through the Word. We are going to be taking our lesson again from Ezra chapter 5, and we see this inner office memo situation going on between the king and his leadership, and trying to figure out whether these people should be building or not, and do they have the authority, and go check the records. And so we see this kind of back and forth between Darius and his governors and the people that are surveying what's going on here with this rebuilding. And there will be a stop to the rebuilding, a temporary stop, I guess, in the middle. In the economy of God's timing, it's a short stop, but the people will see in a day or two, it's actually a long period of time that there's a pause in the building or the rebuilding, I should say, of the temple and of the wall and all of those things. But today, just reading this memo, reading this inner office memo that is written to King Darius. It's the king should know that we went to the construction site of the temple of the great God. I loved the great God part, but it's just so formal. And he says here, it is being rebuilt with especially prepared stones and timber. It's being laid in its walls. The work is going forward with great energy and success. That caught me. So energy and success. These people are excited about what they're doing. They are excited about their project, their task, their assignment, their rebuilding of what is supposed to be their land, their homeland. They're excited about it. And I love that, with great energy, and not only energy, but success to that. So I backed up a little bit and just kind of reread the little part between right before the letter. And in verse 5, it says, "But because their God was watching over them." Who gave you permission to rebuild this temple and restore this structure? They also asked for the names of all the people. This is the governor. I call him Tattletale, but anyways. Who gave you permission to do this? But because their God was watching over them, the leaders of the Jews were not prevented from building until a report was sent to Darius, and in addition to his decision. Okay, so I want to just stop right there. Because their God was watching over them. I love that, because it tied into the energy and the success that this building project, that this ministry opportunity, that this task that they were completing, this assignment that they had, was being fueled with energy, and the result is a successful completion of that would be, at that time, was progressing to be completed. There was success going on, wasn't yet completed. And it's all because the watchful eye of their God was watching them and prevented anything from happening. I love that our God has a watchful eye on everything. He not only prevents things from thwarting his plan. His plans will not be thwarted, he says to Isaiah says. But he also sovereignly allows things to happen along the way in his plans, in our projects, in our ministry opportunities, in our tasks, the things that we're completing. He allows things to happen. He prevents things from happening, but he also allows things to happen that will strengthen our faith and strengthen our resolve. So we have to know that going in, that God's eyes, his watchful eye, our God's watchful eye, sees everything and allows to happen what needs to happen, but also prevents what doesn't need to happen. And this whole idea of the watchful eye of God gave them confidence. I can only imagine that they worked extra hard and with diligence, and probably holding lights up and torches up at night to keep the progress moving according to what they were supposed to do. Remember, when they first went back, they were building everything according to the plans. So I can only imagine that they were diligently working and knowing that their God, the watchful eye of their God, was watching them, gave them confidence. It helped them stay focused. They weren't going to be distracted or stopped. They were going to keep building because the watchful eye of God, their God, was upon them. And you know what? This confidence supplied the energy that they needed. It helped them stay focused. It bolstered the success. In other words, it was the underbelly of their success, because it rooted their success. This confidence that they had, and knowing that God was watching them, just boosted them up, and it held them in a place that they needed to stay to continue on the task that was set before them. And you know what? It gave them confidence to face their enemy. They did not cower when the tattletale came around. They didn't. They just kept working. They just kept working. This is what they're called to do. And they had energy, and they had success. And I just looked up some verses for us, and I'm not going to read them to you. You can read them, but just some encouragement to bolster us and to kind of harness us in, and to be our underbelly of the task that we're trying to complete, that we feel kind of weak in right now. And maybe, how am I going to do this? I don't know about you, but I kind of feel that way. There's a lot to complete in my life right now. There's a lot of things not completed. And I need this confidence, and I need to know that the watchful eye, and I need to remember and focus on the fact that the watchful eye of my God is on me, and He created this work, these opportunities for me, and that He is going to give me the energy and the success that I need. He is going to prevent things from happening that should not happen, but He is going to allow things to happen that should happen. Because this is what we know about God, is that God is for us going forward in His plan. He is. He is forward. He is for us as we move forward in His plan for us. In Ephesians 2:10, I talk about it all the time. It is a good plan that He has for us. It is a good work that He created for us long, long time ago. And He is faithful to complete that good work. So don't be discouraged. Don't be in despair. Be confident and be lifted up today that task that you're working on, that God called you to, He is faithful to complete it through you, because He is for you, moving forward in His plan for you. We'll see you tomorrow on Read Through the Word.